this is what is now called Brooklyn Heights. It was then also Brooklyn Heights. And it was on State Street, between State Street and Atlantic Avenue. There was almost close to the water, 2 blocks on Columbia Place. And there was a boarding house for Spanish seamen. There were grocery stores, 2 grocery stores, and there were cafes that men frequented. And a lot of families. There was the Nunez family, there was the Montero family. Anguish among the Spanish citizens in the neighborhood here because everybody had relatives there. Miss Hendricks, and it must have been about 5th grade. So one day she said, "How many Spanish kids are here?" So a bunch of us stood up. And she said, "Well, you're all for the nationalists, aren't you?" And some of us were timid, and we said, "We don't know." But others weren't. Others were very vocal and said, "No, we're not." So then we, the weaker ones, got strength and said, "Yeah, we're not. We're loyalists." And she said, "No, you're rebels." And we said, "No, because we are loyal to the government that was in existence then." She said, "That's not your business to know." And I forget, but she punished us some way. No, I don't remember anybody that we knew that was on the fascist side. Unless it was one of the store owners or something like that. Somebody who felt that they were in an upper position. I just remember the war being it was a very emotional thing for families. In fact, my mother broke with the church and the priest used to eat in our house every Sunday. And he, from the pulpit one day, he said, you must remember to pray for the nuns and the priests that are being tortured and sacrificed in Spain, and pray for them. So when we came out of church, my mother said to the priest, she said, you forgot to say, "And we'll pray for your families." She said, "My mother is there, and my daughter is there, and we should only pray for the nuns or the priests." He said, "Well, they're they're going through tremendous sacrifices by staying there." My mother said, "My mother is going through tremendous sacrifices." She said, "And you know what? You pray for the nuns and the priests because that's your profession, that's your responsibility. So I'll pray for my family home." And she never went back to church.
That's amazing.
Catholic church.
The priest wasn't Spanish?
Yes, Father Ramus.